Hey everybody, so welcome back to Jim Bob's Garden. So today what we're going to do is we're going to play with our chives. Here. This is a garlic chive. Here, smell. Ah, you can't smell. Oh man, it smells just like garlic. Really good. Alright, so if you don't have garlic, the chives, as you can see, grow very well. Alright, over here where I've got them. And we started off with a whole bag of seeds. I planted this whole area with seeds, and like out of that whole packet of seeds, like 3 of them came up. Shoot, man. And then I was babying those, man. I mean, I babied them for like 2 years. And then last year they really started to grow and they started to separate. Now I want you to look down in here, and you can see how I've got a whole bunch of plants right here. Keep in mind, I only started with 3. All right, and I'm going to tell you, from my experience, all right, having seed is not the way to go with garlic chives, or with any chives for that matter. Let me take you over here. I want to show you something else. All right, so these chives here that I've got growing have grown very well. I guess I buried a bunch of them. Have grown very well for a long time. And what happened was I had had some chives in another area. And so what I did is, where they had spread out, I took them and just popped one or two in each of these spots. Now, you can't really see as well. If you look under there, it's just full of chives. All right, tons and tons of chives. Good for baked potatoes and cooking and all kind of good stuff. Well, not if you bury them. Anyway, so that's the way chives grow best. Is if you get one growing, then what they do is they slowly start to spread out. Like these have flowered multiple times, but I've never seen any other chives grow up around the area. They've only really grown, they spread outwards from the base of where I actually planted them. So, in my opinion, the best way to propagate chives is not by seed, but rather by just taking and separating out the bunches and then planting the individuals and letting them start to spread, which is what we're going to show you how to do here in just a second. All right, so let's go back over here with the garlic ones. These smell good too. Okay, so I told Mama, I said, yeah. She's like, what are you going to do? So I'm going to go out there and I'm going to separate some of them garlic chives and grow them out. She's like, wait. I want to dry some of those. Don't take them all. I'm like, well, hang on. I'm just going to take a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this shovel down in here in such a way that hopefully I'm just going to get this bunch right here. All right, I'm going to stick it right there, and then we're just going to go chop and dig. I'm going to take from over on this side, and the idea is we want to get as much of the root as possible. Separate probably right about there. Voila, got a bunch of chives. All right, fill this hole back in so I don't get in trouble. She'll never even know they were missing. Except she watches my videos too, so dang it. All right, there you go. And then I got this whole bunch here that's growing and will hopefully continue to spread. All right. Let's take them over here. Okay, so now here behind me you'll see my lemongrass. Now I did the same thing with that. That's how we spread the lemongrass as well. Just taking bunches, separating them out, and then replanting the bunches with the ones with roots on them. Now, why am I working all this hard to move these garlic chives? Well, up in here, I've got my chard, and as I discussed on the last video I did, the chard is a favorite of bugs. All right, so that's what I'm looking for, right like that. Okay, nice stalk with a whole bunch of roots. All right, but That's how I propagated the lemongrass, the chives, and a whole bunch of other stuff. All right, and a lot of times it'll work. Sometimes it won't, but most times it will. All right, so I'll try to separate this out into several distinct bunches without tearing the plants up or messing with the roots too terrible much. Yeah, I'm gonna keep those two together. There's one with some roots. Another one with some roots. Those two are very close together. Alright, now I have not done this with garlic chives. We're going to see how it works, but I think it'll be fine. And what I'm going to do is along here where I've got my baby chard growing, I'm going to dig me a spot. Now keep in mind, you want to go down deep enough where the roots can get plenty of room to spread. And take your roots, set them in first, and then plant them about as deep as they were previously. Put plenty of dirt around them, and then once I'm done here, I will go ahead and water everything in real good. There's a bunch there. How many more bunches do we got? I don't know if that will work. Only got one root on it. Now, one thing to keep in mind as you're doing this is, one, roots don't like air, so make sure you get plenty of soil down in the and around the roots. But two, when you water it, you're going to have to soak it pretty good so you get the water down to where the roots are. And what'll happen, hopefully, if I've done this right, is these will grow up, and between the garlic chives on one side and the garlic on the other, it'll be very discouraging for pests. Now, it's not going to be 100%, don't get me wrong, but it should help have smells that bugs don't particularly care for, like garlic and onions and marigolds and such like that, all of which tend to discourage pests. If I can get this growing all around this bed, then hopefully it'll help keep pests down, which would be really nice. Now, I haven't looked this up, and I've never tried this before, but there are chives. It should work, I think. But, you know, if you've done this and been successful or unsuccessful, I'd appreciate comments. Let me know what you think. Where should I put this one? I'll just keep going this way. If you've done it, it'd be good to know. See whether or not I'm pissing up a rope, so to speak. But I tend to want to grow leafy greens along this area. So if I get these established and growing, it would be really nice if it really works as well as I think it will to prevent pests. Alright, there you go. So now, like I said, I got garlic along that side here. You can see the garlic's right here. Here, there. I didn't put one there. There's one there, one there, one there. Alright, and then we'll have garlic chives on this side. The garlic is going to be temporary because it'll die back in the summertime when it gets too hot. But the garlic chives, on the other hand, hopefully will continue to thrive in this area and be like a permanent pest reduction or prevention. Alright, so that's what I got going on today. Thanks for stopping by. Do me a favor, give me a like and a subscribe, and let me know what you think. But most importantly, grow something. And sometimes you grow something not just to eat, but also to prevent bugs or to enrich your soil. A lot of different reasons for planting things in your garden. And this will hopefully serve two purposes. Hopefully I'll have a whole row of garlic chives along here, like that bunch I have over there. And then I can put my leafy greens here, and hopefully they'll be less bugged by pests. Alright, thanks once again. Y'all come back and see me and grow something.